Hello car friends and welcome to the Golf GTE, where is it? There, that's the GTE, versus the Golf E-Golf. I'm going to start this again. Hello car friends, oh I'm in the wrong place. Hello car friends and welcome back, because I messed up the last one, to the Golf GTE, which is behind me, versus the E-Golf, which is the electric Golf. So this is the hybrid and we're going to be comparing it today to the full electric version. Pretty much on paper the same price. I'm going to give you more information about this. So first off, let's get in the GTE. Okay, let's take this for a spin. So first thoughts is it looks exactly the same as the Golf E, the E-Golf. There's a little bit of difference in the seat. If you can see, it's got this sort of tartan effect, let's call it. It's probably called quilting. It's probably got a better name than that altogether. So I'm driving this and Panos is driving the E-Golf, and he's going to give us his thoughts on what that's like to drive. Let's get going in the Golf GTE. Picked up pretty quick. Now, it is no secret that I am a massive fan of electric cars, of the future of driving, so you've got to take this whole review with a tiny pinch of salt, because to be honest, I'm a massive fan. Okay, so let's talk numbers for a minute. It's a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's got a 0 to 60 speed of 7.4 seconds. Okay, so it does use a hybrid engine when it needs to, but it is fast and it feels fast, especially for a 1.4 litre engine. So the combined, I can't get my head around this, the combined MPG of this car, 156 MPG. Panos has just been out in the E-Golf, so we're going to see how he's got on, and I've been out in the GTE. I'm going to jump into the E-Golf and find out, so that you guys can get a feel for the two.
It does actually feel quite quick. It's quicker than my little road car, for sure.
Golf GTE is 205 PS, and you're saying that the E-Golf is
136.
136.
With instant torque and no noise whatsoever. Yeah, actually seriously impressed.
Okay, now I'm going to jump into the E-Golf. Oh, okay, I'm swapping with Alex. Again, this one's keyless entry as well. Clunk click every trip. Right, let's go and see how the Golf E, no, the Golf E? The E-Golf works compared to the GTE. Okay, so first impressions is it feels exactly the same. The difference is going to be in probably some of the logical things, such as price and actually the range and how far this car goes. And then secondly, in how it actually handles and how it actually drives. And so therefore, how it actually fits into your life is probably going to be the biggest thing to ask. Things to note about this car. It's a £32,000 car, exactly the same as the Golf GTE, apart from with this one, you get £5,000 off the price when you put it on a UK road. And that's given to you by the HM Treasury, that's the government people. And so actually the on-the-road price of this car is £27,500 compared to £29,500 for the GTE. 0 to 60 times, well actually the GTE is slightly quicker. I think the GTE was 7.6 seconds, whereas this is 9.6 seconds. So actually not that quick in comparison to the GTE, but you're not paying for fuel, so you've got to be paying that into consideration when you're thinking about it. This car will manage to get you about 126 miles of range on a full tank, but realistically the average UK driver doesn't really do more than 33 miles every day. For most people, you'll be able to take this car, plug it in at home, because it charges using a normal 230 volt 3-pin UK plug, and you'll be fully charged by the morning. So really, do you need 126 miles? I guess that's quite useful if you're going on a long trip, but if you're using this as your everyday car just to commute to work in, it's going to do a pretty good job. So this car's got 3 modes. It's got standard mode, which I think has got a better name than that, I'm not too sure. Eco mode, which we'll come on to in a minute, and Eco Plus. So Eco mode basically allows you to reduce the maximum speed and get more out of that range. So what you'll essentially do is you'll see less 0 to 60 speed, or greater 0 to 60 speed I guess, and I think 71 miles an hour allow you to go up to, but it will give you more range. If you're really trying to squeeze all that you can out of the battery of this thing, then you need to put it onto Eco Plus, which pretty much turns everything off, but it does mean that you can get to where you need to go. If range is going to be one thing that you're going to be worried about, and I know that for BMW, for the i3 owners and people that are considering that car for example, they use a range extender. Well, what's your option if you're going to do that in this car? Whilst we don't have a range extender for this car, what we do have available is an optional extra which allows you to get 20% extra range in cold weather. So what that basically does is take some of the ambient weather, so some of the ambient warmth that's in the air, some of the warmth from the system of the car, and use that and plug it back in, so in icy weather you are not losing range. Cold weather in the UK is an issue. You're going to be looking at this now, and it's winter, let's be honest, so it's going to be something you're going to have to think about, especially when you're buying an EV. So how long does a GTE take to charge? No time whatsoever. It's doing it all the time. You can use a plug-in which will allow you to get some of that charge back overnight, but really it's the regenerative power of the GTE that's the main thing. That's how it allows it to get 156 miles to the gallon every time it's being used. How long does this one take to charge? The e-Golf, well, that takes just over 10 hours. When I say just over 10 hours, it's actually just short of 11 hours. That's from naught. So if you're going from an empty battery to fully charged, you're talking 10 hours. But realistically, as I say, most people, when I speak to them about their experience with an electric car, they will normally say that it's about charging it overnight. So while storage and all the entertainment and all the tech and all the dash look exactly the same, actually the only difference you're going to find is going to be in the driving style. It's a little bit lighter at the front. Quite an obvious thing you'd think, because there's no engine, and where the GTE's got that 4-cylinder engine holding it down, this hasn't got that. So you can imagine it is slightly lighter, and especially when it starts to pick up at speed going around bends, you do start to notice. But realistically, you're not going to be having any problems. Problems is my new word. You're not going to have any problems when you're driving. Problems. So there you go, guys, that's my whistle-stop tour of the Golf GTE and the Golf E. Let me know where you are in the debate. Let me know where you're at, what you're thinking. I do speak a lot with electric car owners and with e-Golf, and with GTE owners. So I have got a bit more information than what I've been able to include in this video. Do let me know if you think that'd be useful, and I'm happy to let you know what people are saying and what options and spec they're going for. If you find this video useful, make sure that you share it with someone that you know who's also looking for an electric car, because I think they'll find it useful too. Thank you guys for watching. Give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't done already for more electric car and more supercar entertainment. And I will see you soon. Problems.